Good evening, everyone. EDP 365 covers topics with explicit and strong language and is intended for mature audiences only. Topics may be sensitive to some, and everyday people may not agree with the views expressed on this discussion, but keep in mind, we are giving you the point of view of everyday people with everyday situations, and ED Mother P 365 is not afraid to go there.
It sounded like you was afraid to go there because you kind of like beat yourself.
I did bleep, bleep, bleep.
Chris is afraid to go there.
I ain't afraid to go there, y'all. But,
is that you right there? What is that? Yep, that's you. We're going to keep it moving.
All right.
All right, y'all. So, we are at the top of the show. How is everyone's day today?
I had a really good day. I got a for Employee Appreciation Day. I signed up for a massage that I got early in the morning, so that kind of like, pushed me and got me going for today. So then my day started off real well.
Ballin'! Y'all, I've been singing that ever since I walked in Chris's house. All right, y'all. So what's going on, Eleanor? What's up? Legends in the room. Legends in the room. El Bravador. What's going on?
Vendor. LB.
So, guys, this is how we start the show off. I got to have me a glass of wine. Chris and I usually have a glass of wine to drink. So this is what we're drinking tonight. We are drinking Maynard's, however you want to pronounce it. Mm-hmm. Gotta get my lips together. Pink Porto. Okay. What's going on, Leroy? We need to get you on the show and do some exotic poetry. So let's taste.
As I sip around and smell around your...
Okay.
And I take my tongue to taste. It's not bad, but...
This definitely stays here at your house.
It's not bad, but it's not good.
Alright, so I have this thing, and I can't get it because my phone is recording. But I have this thing on my phone, guys, and it's called Voila or something like that. But anywho.
Voila.
Yeah.
Voila.
Yeah, like magic.
Magic.
And so you take it and you take a picture of the wine, and it'll give you reviews on it. And so sometimes the reviews can be a little bit off. But they said, I guess I should move in some more.
Yeah.
But they said it tastes like cough syrup, and it does.
I don't even know how they still in business, but...
I'm going to drink it, throughout the night, but, I'm probably not going to drink anymore.
Let me go ahead and chug-a-lug this on down. I want to thank everybody who's coming in this evening to watch the show. And we're going to kind of move on. But I have...
Leroy, you can have a whole bottle. You can have the rest of it.
I have 2 thumbs down for
what?
Maynard Pink Porto.
Yeah, I'm not feeling this at all. But Leroy, yeah, you can have all of it. Again, it does kind of taste like cough syrup. It is sweet, but I can't. But let me say this, y'all. Ooh. Yeah, it's like a winey cough syrup. But anywho, the wine that I got last week, y'all, I had some more of it last night because there was some left. And I mixed a little bit of milk with it. And boy, somebody say, ew, you mixing wine and milk. It was a chocolate milk. It was a chocolate raspberry. And I mixed a little milk with it. Oh, my gosh, y'all. That wine was so delicious. And I got that from Wegmans.
Delicioso.
So that wine was super delicious. I might go back and get some of that. But.
Oh, that wine.
Yes. It was so good. I mixed it with milk last night. It was like having Quick or PDQ. Y'all don't know nothing about PDQ. But it was so delicious.
That must be a Jersey,
New York thing. It's an uptown thing. It's an uptown thing. It's an uptown
PDQ.
thing.
Susie Q.
Right.
Ding dongs and all that.
Ding dongs.
Yeah.
This is not the show we're saying. Ding dongs. All right, y'all. So we were supposed to have a guest on tonight, but he's not gonna be able to make it, and so of course we're gonna keep the show moving. And so, hey Chuck, what's going on?
Chuck,
now, because I chose the show topic for next week, which is gonna be a hot and steamy one, I'm not gonna tell y'all about it to the end of the show. So, Chris is going to come up with some what ifs. And I want our ACH, Miss Eleanor Krause, to come up with some what ifs as well. So Chris will get us started, Eleanor, and then if you want to throw some in, then throw some in. But we just gonna have a wilding out kind of night. We just gonna talk about anything. We're gonna talk about what ifs. We need y'all to answer the what ifs, especially you, Eleanor, because you're an ACH.
LB. So if you listen, if you got any what if scenarios you want to talk about, whatever, like throw it in the chat box and we're gonna go at it.
Yeah. So we getting ready to get live, raw, and uncut for real, y'all. We gonna talk about any and everything. So I'm gonna let Chris get started with the questions.
All right, Leroy, you will get your invitation very soon, brother. We're gonna pencil you in and get it in. Chuck definitely appreciate you tuning in. My first what if is, before you got with your partner, whatever like that, or y'all first spent some time during the evening, you never knew that he or she snore. So what do you do if your partner snores when they go to bed?
Okay.
What do you do?
This is the first thing I'm doing. Yo. That's the first thing I'm doing. Look, wake up.
Hold up. I'm trying to get some. I'm trying to go to sleep. What's up?
That's the first thing.
What happened? What happened?
You're snoring.
I'm snoring? Okay, hold up.
Okay, look, wait a minute. We both got to go back to sleep. What the? So that's what I'm doing. I mean, if it gets to be too much, I'm going to have to I'm not going to even bother him after a certain point. I'm just going to go in another room and go to sleep.
You just going to either do that or go home. I be like, I hear you. Look, I'm in the basement and I hear you.
Yeah, no more sleepovers. That's gonna be a problem. Put yourself in the back because you were.
Yeah, that's what the deal is. She gonna handle the truth.
Nobody still want to hear that snoring. Like, what is going on? Like a buzz saw. Go to sleep first out. I guess it is. Well, somebody who like really, really snores like a champion with snoring, they'll probably end up waking me up.
Yeah.
So I'm either gonna like keep tapping him, or I'm gonna have to go in another room.
Yeah, I'll be throw them balls.
Yes, and no more sleepovers, like ever. No more sleepovers.
You be like, I gotta wake up, change clothes, and go. Change clothes and go.
And we don't want the rights to that. All right.
So my next what if is if
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on before you go to the next what if. Eleanor said, I've been told I snore, but I don't hear. Let me tell y'all something I do in my sleep.
I don't think we any of us do.
I talk in my sleep. And there have been points where I could actually hear myself talk, and I kind of like woke up, but I talk in my sleep. Like, not about anything that happened during the day. It's like whatever dream is going on in my head, I talk about it sometimes. So
sometimes I'll be fighting. I'll be asleep. You'll be like,
you be punching someone in the neck and stuff? What the hell?
Kicking all that type of stuff.
Kicking the door.
On the 4th floor. Chris, don't hit me no more.
Wait a minute, is he saying bring in the 4th floor? What are you talking about on the 4th floor?
On the 4th floor.
He's saying bring in the 4th floor. Can somebody look that up? Biggie Smalls. What's the name of the song? Kicking the door.
Kicking the door.
He's talking something on the 4th floor. It's kicking the door, bring in the 4th floor. Can somebody look that up and tell us what it is? We need a bet on this one. All right, look, Chris. If I win,
no.
Listen, if I'm right with the words, you got to give me some dry rub wings from Uptown Alley.
Yeah, Chuck said. I was gonna do that anyway. Chuck said, I never got invited back to a chick's house. She said I snored too loud.
Oh, come on, Chuck.
But you know what though? It's okay because you can slide and slide.
Can we turn that fan on? I think this wine is.
Yo, that made it pink.
Jeez, and then I got on a little dress. So my God, this wine is. Oh my God, it's like worse. All right, y'all. And Chris is going to come back with another question.
Right.
Kicking the door, waving the 4th floor. It has nothing to do with the 4th floor. When can I get my dry rub wings?
I was just kidding, yo. I ain't say that. I was just...
So for all these years, Chris, you thought it was the 4th floor?
No, I was just messing around. I was just being funny. That's all. You know what I'm saying? You know, waving the 4th floor.
He thought it was 4th floor. All right, what's the next question? All right, y'all. Eleanor, don't forget, come up with some questions. Chris has got some more questions, though.
I know some people may care about this. Some people may not care about this. But I do have to ask this. What if you're a discreet person and your partner is very revealing about your sex life in public? When he's speaking or meeting or talking to other people or his friends or your friends, y'all get together and, you know, y'all be doing y'all's thing and talking, and he be like, yeah, you blah, 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 and talking about your sex life.
Okay. How old am I? Sometimes I have to think about how old I am.
Oh, you can run the gamut, whatever age group.
No, I'm talking about me first. At 47, I will hope that my man is not out telling everybody about what we're doing in the bedroom. Especially if we're all in a group. I don't know. I think it varies because sometimes Chris, me, and Big Will, we hang out, and sometimes we talk about a lot of things, but we like really close, so that's different. But yeah, some things you need to keep private. I don't think you should be telling everything that you're doing in the bedroom. I think some things should be kept between you and your mate. Like when you're doing like get down dirty with it, freaky stuff.
Get down. Hey.
Oh. So I just think some things should be kept private. Not telling everything and not telling all your boys what's going on. He better not be bragging about how good I am. I mean, he can say how good I am, but he doesn't have to say everything that I'm doing.
Be very descriptive
in the bedroom.
Right.
Be discreet. Right. So what about you? Is it different for a man? What if wifey is like telling all her girlfriends in a circle? Yeah, let me tell y'all what Chris did to me last night. What are your thoughts on that?
Look, I feel like I wouldn't like it, but that's what she do. That's what she do. But don't be surprised. You know, one of these days you're gonna be like, oh damn, you hit it. Yeah. What? But I just know stuff like that in the past gets people in trouble. Not more say the men, but women tend to be a little bit more shiesty and conniving when it comes to finding out a little bit more about what a man can do than what a man is really checking out another woman because, you know, especially if she's involved with somebody. Now, if it's somebody with a neighborhood saying that that Kathy is off the chain, somebody probably gonna go chase that to see it for themselves. But
why must I
chase the cat? No, don't get me.
We don't want to write for that either.
Woo. But I just think sometimes women get susceptible to that magic more than what men do as far when it comes to relationships, because women be like, they don't care whether you're together or not. And she want to know and find out, she gonna do her damnedest to find out and get it. Chuck says, no, seriously, I only tell if she's not the girl.
Wait a minute, before we get to Eleanor's question, do you tell if it's bad?
Mm-hmm. So
are you more inclined to tell if the sex is bad versus the sex being good? I think you're more inclined. Ooh, that's a toss up. Maybe you're more inclined to tell people that it was bad versus tell them it was good.
Now you can do that, but that might work in reverse on your ass too. Cause
put it in reverse.
Because you might be saying, yo, she terrible. Somebody else go back, yo, he said you was bad in bed.
Oh, excuse me,
and
fixing my little
then
dress.
She'll quote unquote might go ahead and be like, yo, I'm done with you. That's foul. That's fucked up. She might not even give you a chance to explain. But I think if you do tell her and talk to her about the whole situation, as she give you an opportunity, I think you can win her back. You know, I was just saying that because they was having a conversation about X, Y, and Z. I said this so that they won't come after you or try to sneak me or sneak you, whatever.
All right. So Chuck said both to my, would you tell if it was bad? Would you tell if it was good? This is what I hate, though. I hate for a dude to go and tell somebody that he had sex with a woman and he didn't.
Oh, lying on
especially at this day and age. I told you about that.
Yeah, I know it's happened to me. I was just like,
what? Women lie about getting it?
Listen, women have lied about getting the D, and it was not.
I've never heard of such.
Oh yeah, it wasn't a pretty situation, especially if you seen the person who was spinning and telling his tale. Like, I ain't touching that with 100-foot pole. I ain't say 10. I said 100.
What men say, I ain't touching it even with your dick. What's going on, Andrew Walker? So I think Eleanor posted a question.
Eleanor said, what if she said, what if he didn't tell you he had a problem down south beforehand?
Okay, what's the problem though? Is it small?
That he didn't like. He didn't like to go down.
It doesn't get hard. So what do you mean? Like what's the problem specifically, Eleanor? I'm sure you can come up with something. What is it specifically?
Oh, I get it. She's saying that you potentially get ready to get together, and y'all done built it up, and then
she said it won't get hard.
And then he didn't, and he's impotent. I would just say tell him to eat a lot of onions and get some maca root.
What is the onion gonna do?
And eat lots of watermelon.
So both of them are gonna help him to get erect?
Onions and watermelon, the maca root, which helps your circulation, your flow, your blood flow, and get some highly potent Korean ginseng.
Okay.
Sing.
Now, if he cannot get hard, I'm gonna wonder, okay, what's going on? Is there no chemistry between us? What's going on? But then, after we've tried a couple of times and it's still not working, I mean, I guess at that point you just have to have to give up.
I don't know, except Viagra.
No!
Viagra has a lot of side effects with that ish.
No.
Cialis, I've heard, also has some side effects. But Cialis is more mild for the male than Viagra.
Yeah, but with Viagra, it's his penis hard like for 20 hours.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, no. Even you can keep that.
And even so, I think after so much sliding in and out over a period of time and all that, and it's just... it wears you out. And you're going to eventually get chafe. Because you're going to burn her up. You're going to burn all the moisture up.
Here's a question. I forgot what the question was.
Uh-oh.
I knew it had something to do with the man not being able to
get erect. Okay. Now.
Pull Y. What does that mean, Mom? I'm not sure what pull Y means. Get some weed.
Now, one of the things that I know that it is an elixir.
I can't lose my government job, Leroy.
A lot of women that I know in the past that smoke weed are very susceptible to just being in that place. And hopefully if the guy can get in that place too as she at, it's all good.
But sometimes it's just that person just isn't working for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've had some situations where I really had to entrust my internal being, my internal clock. And one of the reasons being is that, the girl at the time, she was gorgeous. The woman at the time was gorgeous. But there was something in me that was just like, don't do it. Don't do it. And no matter what we did, what I tried, what normally works and all that, it was like a force field. Like, you ain't dipping, you ain't sticking, you ain't doing nothing.
I was pulling my short dress down a little bit.
Coming to find out that, that's like the girl had something. And I was just like, I was like, you know what? I thank the Creator for protecting me. And whatever was in my body that recognized something in her, that whatever she was doing, whatever she was carrying, it wasn't for me. And I'm glad I ain't picked that up. But I heard later that she was burning people. So I think that's probably the only time I wasn't able to do what I needed to do. And sometimes stress, if a male is stressed out, sometimes he won't be able to relax enough to be able to get himself in a position to do what he needs to do. But anyway.
Okay, so what about this? What if you've fallen in love with someone, you know, the chemistry is there, everything, but the person doesn't satisfy you sexually? Maybe his penis is not big enough. Maybe her vagina is like super big. You're just not pleased sexually.
Or super dry.
What do you do?
Well, Miss Stalin said she meant bipolar.
Yeah, I did.
She said pull your short. Oh, that got you. Damn. Eleanor says, she says, if I don't get it up, it's dead. Wow. And then Chuck says, he says, you know, getting high as fuck is great. It's great sex. It works for me. I get it. And sometimes it is, but hopefully the same person is where you at that time, so y'all can experience and do the same things together. Because sometimes when the other person is not there where you are, you be just banging them out, and they be just like, oh my God, like, I'm so ready for him to finish. Please. Like, Driz already, please. Eleanor says, no shame in my game. Chuck responds, dress not small, it's just a lot in it. Don't get me there is when you see how.
Shut up, Chuck. Shut up, wow. Chuck.
But you know, sometimes sex is a very finicky thing, especially when it comes to body and what you like and what you don't like, things of that nature. Because because sometimes you might be attracted to somebody physically, you might have some chemistry together, but once you get involved in the act, is that it might be something about that person or their movements or just what they might be used to that ain't quite clicking with you and what you doing at that point, or what you need or what you want. So, what was you going to ask?
Well, before I get to that, I was going to say that when you talked about stress and things like that, it makes a difference. Like now, for me, at almost 50, it's like it's hard for me to 50. It's hard for me to get engaged in sexual activity and having that, you know, feeling of wanting to, you know, be locked into each other. If I'm mad at you, if you're irritated me, if I don't want to be bothered. Excuse me.
I get it.
It's hard for me to kind of just want to dive in and share in the moment as we share each other's bodies and to each other. That's hard.
I definitely get it. And sometimes, you know, it definitely can. And at that moment, you got two choices. Either go ahead and let it alone, or push the envelope a little just to see what that person can do. Like, I'm gonna lay back, I'm gonna let you take control, do what you do, and it might cure me of all my ills for the day, whatever. Or vice versa. But I know in my past, in my younger day, a lot of females, if they knew I was stressed or if I knew they were stressed, I would definitely push that button. I want to be like Calgon.
Take me away.
Take you away from here for a little bit, you know. Then we come back and revisit it, and they be much more sometimes open to talk and really get it off their chest, but you know, things of that nature. So it's just different options you could take. Eleanor says, what if he wants to videotape the first time you have sex?
No. I'm not going to say I haven't had a video done before. But if it's like the first time and, you know, we're trying to see how well we mesh, you want to see how good I am, I'm trying to see how good you are. No, you're not whipping out the video. Because I'm wondering, why do you want this all of a sudden? This is our first time. My thing is, I'm suspicious of everything. So I'm gonna be thinking that he wants to do something with it. Now when
through the mud.
Right. When I did the video, we deleted it immediately. Yeah. We looked at it and it was deleted. So no, I would have some reservations about that because I'm wondering, like, out the gate, let's enjoy each other. Let's make sure that we, you know, we got that chemistry sexually before we go somewhere videotaping. What you getting ready to do with the video?
I'm ready to watch you go slinky, slinky, wonderful, wonderful toy. Look, and the slinky, it could be up top, or you can handle that down at the bottom. You want to ride? You ride. Good stuff, y'all.
All right. You got another one, Chris?
Now, the other one that I wanted to get into, because this, the month of May is Mother's Day. Now, we don't really get into this topic too much, but this is why I'm asking this tonight. Should fathers be recognized on Mother's Day?
No, they can wait till June.
You know why they can't wait till June? It's because mothers claim that they mothers also get cards and they get praise and recognition for being a father on Mother's Day. But I will be here to tell you, personally, myself, and I don't care if you agree or not, mothers are not fathers. So if you are getting praised and you want gifts and you want flowers and watches and whatever else and tools for Father's Day, getting credit for Father's Day, well, are you that right there just changes your whole gender. You feel me? That means that you are either a male, you are butch, or you whatever else. I'm adding a whole other scenario to it that people didn't think about it. If you the father to your child, who and what are you? Facts, for real.
You're just taking on like the role.
No, you're not. You're taking on the mother role. You have a mother role and you just playing like you the male. Plain and simple. Bam. Look, hold up. I ain't gonna drop the. Look, I'm gonna drop this pen. I ain't gonna drop the mic. And so on Mother's Day, so if there's fathers out there who want to get credit on Mother's Day or whatever you have it, I don't think that's cool either. Because are you transgender? Are you gay? Or are you want recognition on Mother's Day? Or are you a mother? I know damn well you don't give birth. So how can you consider yourself to be a mother? You know, so it's a lot with that. But still give you an opinion. Eleanor says, if they are single parent, yes, no. No.
What else did she say?
No, Eleanor, no. She said they should designate a sperm donor day. Thanks for the damn DNA. And that might be true. But it's also the mother's fault too. Because again, until you really know, and you will never know, stay protected or use the rhythm method, whatever that is. So we wouldn't run into this problem of shouldn't mothers be recognized on Father's Day and fathers be recognized on Mother's Day and things of that nature. So,
all right, what did Chuck say?
Chuck says, and mothers neither, and my mom definitely deserves it, but no, child can recognize, but not everybody. So he's basically saying,
not everybody.
So he's basically
not
saying,
everybody.
Yeah, not everybody.
Your mother is funny, Chuck. Your mother is funny.
Give the mother props for what she is and what she's done. But it still doesn't mean that y'all get every damn holiday. Y'all get things for every holiday anyway.
But if the father is handling business, he's going to get stuff too.
No, listen.
I said he's handling business.
No, that's not true. Because even if he is,
it depends.
Every mother on every holiday, and most holidays, get things. The father, in most cases, do not. It's like he's just doing whatever he's doing for the job, or this is what he's supposed to do. Well, that's what a mother's supposed to do too. So, but why is it that mothers get gifts all year round, while the father, even on Father's Day, might not get nothing? He might not get anything for his birthday.
Some do.
Yeah, some do. That depends on the family structure and I guess sometimes how people are raised and how they feel. But I feel like if your siblings or other people, or even your children, if they receive gifts from you and they do whatever, you send them gifts for Christmas and vice versa, they should reciprocate and do the same at some point. But I don't know, this day and age, some do, some don't. It's just a high percentage that don't.
Are you getting gifts?
No. I want to know people who have not received.
Hence the reason for the question.
No, but I'm just saying, I am one of millions, maybe billions of fathers out there who have been there for their kids since they were from the womb, things of that nature. You don't get any recognition, any credit for anything at all. But on birthdays and Christmases, things like that, everybody got their hand out, or they want you to do X, Y, and Z. I just cut it out. I don't do it anymore. The only people I need to support and do is my wife and my mother. Those who look out for me, I look out for them. That's it. I ain't doing all that extra shit. What you gonna say, Les?
This is gonna be a sensitive topic, so I'm not saying nothing.
So you get gifts from your children?
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay.
Not all the time. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
And why is that?
What do you mean?
Like, what is the difference? I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what that, whatever. Honestly, it doesn't matter. This is just a what if scenario situation. And we dove into the what if. So.
Oh, hey, Mel.
Eleanor says, happy wife, happy life. That also depends on when she decides that she don't want to be happy no more. That depends too. But yeah, that's true to some degree. It's not the same.
You reading it now? Oh.
Yeah, as Chuck says, it's not the same when we don't get treated like mothers. They start promoting after Valentine's Day, Father's Day, beginning of June. And that's true. They just, man, listen. They be taking it to the farthest degree possible. Eleanor says, I deserve a gift when the time changes. Hey, every second, every day.
Or do you mean?
Here, take
do
that,
you mean daylight savings time? Is that what you're talking about?
Take that.
Oh,
yeah, and that's
my
true.
gosh.
Chuck, you made a very true statement. Sometimes happy wife, happy life, but the husband is miserable sometimes. And I will tell you, although she may be happy, some of the things that we have to go through to make her happy or be sure that she is where she needs to be don't get reciprocated.
See, happy life, happy wife, happy life. If wifey is happy, then you're going to be happy.
No. Because the things that we go through to make sure that she's happy, we can never recover that time. We never going to recover that money. We never going to recover any of those things.
It's about the balance. You have to find the balance in the relationship.
Well, she needs to provide the balance.
Yeah, so if she isn't providing that balance, then you need to have a conversation with her. Because you both should be bringing something to the table so that everybody's happy in the relationship.
And if anybody know me, I don't have a qualm about bringing up any topic, any situation, anything. It's going to be put on the table like this glass.
Oh, God. She dropping mics, dropping glasses.
But it's just real. Sometimes, you know, I think when it comes to people who are the abusers, pretend to play victims when we bring specific stuff up about what's going on, what's happening in the relationship, how I feel, and all that. It's crazy. Like, just step up and do what you need to do to balance the scales.
All right, so Chuck just said something interesting. I shouldn't have to go outside of being happy to make her happy. Okay, I thought you meant something else at first. I shouldn't have to go outside of being happy to make her happy. So do you mean go outside of your relationship to be happy, Chuck? Is that what you mean?
Like, you shouldn't have to extend yourself. Like, I do stuff out of my heart, out of kindness of my heart. But I feel like sometimes that, whoa, I don't know what that is, but it just, it's up.
He just killed it.
I'm good with my hands, though. That's all that sounds like. You drop like, I don't know what that was. A lightning bug or something. I don't know where and how it got in here.
It's dead.
But anywho, I get it. Like, we shouldn't have to feel a specific way or go outside of the home to feel happy or do something exciting or this is what we should conversate and talk about amongst ourselves in our relationship.
And I was going to say, let's get into that.
Yes.
Okay, and I don't know if this is what you meant exactly, Chuck, but this is what I started thinking about. When people start going outside of their marriage, outside of their relationship to be happy, what have you done at home to fix things before you venture out? And then here's another thing. If you're going to venture out, why not get out of the relationship? And I don't want to hear anybody say, oh, if you're married, it's not that easy, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I would tell you, yes, it is.
Yeah. So why cheat when you can just move on if you're not happy with the person that you're with? But again, did you take did you try, let me go back. Did you exercise everything you could have in order to save the relationship or save the marriage? Did you have the conversations? Did you try new things? Did you go to counseling? Did you really try to find out why the other person isn't happy? Like, what things are you doing before you step out on your mate?
Now, somebody like myself, I'm gonna try everything I can find, positive and negative. And by the time I get to the finish of the negative, if it don't work, then it's just time to move on, period. Because it doesn't make sense to stay just because you have finances together. Those things can be divided and divvied up, and a lot of people use it as an excuse.
Exactly.
Any relationship that I had in the past that wasn't what it's supposed to be, after a period of time, when I gave my all, I said, okay, you know what? I'm done. Whether we had property together, whether we bought furniture, cars, whatever that is together at that point in time, 9 times out of 10, yeah, I could have took half and I could have just been an ass. I could have done whatever. But what I did in that situation, you know what? I ain't asking you for nothing. Nah, go ahead. Keep that. Keep that. Keep that. Keep that.
Take that.
Take that. So, so ain't nobody going to feel like, oh, he getting over or this and that and the third, blah, blah, blah. It's never about getting over. And most of the times, and I would say 80% of the relationships or more that men probably put in a lot more than some of the females do. And the females still end up at the end of the day getting the better end of the stick, which is really not fair. But I just went on and just cut ties. You keep whatever that is. I'm going to get what I have, but you keep the majority of the rest, whatever that is. But I preach it. I'm out.
I think it depends. Hey, DeJuan. But I think it depends on the relationship. Mm-hmm. You know, there are some women who try to go above and beyond to make their men happy. But regardless of what, and this is what I always say, I don't care how good you are to a man. If he's gonna cheat, he's gonna cheat. And so, just like I was saying though, you have women who go out their way. They cook and they clean and they taking care of the kids. They work and they contribute to the household. They're doing everything that they can possibly do in order to maintain their relationship, make their man happy. But you got some men out here who are so greedy that one woman isn't enough and they're not man enough to walk away from a situation. And I'm going to go back to what I said about walking away from a situation. And, you know, people always say, oh, you know, when you're married, it's not that hard. I mean, it's hard when you're married. No, it's not hard, because if you really want to leave, then what you're going to do is you're going to leave. So, perfect example. My daughter's father, me and my daughter's father was married. And if nothing else, if Brianna's father is nothing else, Brianna's father is an excellent provider. This dude is a hustler. I don't recall any time when her father was broke, but a hustler. When we got married, got a house built from the ground up. Beautiful colonial. Nice house. And so we got to the point where we weren't happy in the marriage. He went out, he cheated, whatever. And so it got to a point where I was like, I don't want to deal with this, you know. And he became very cavalier, very callous in what he was doing. And so to me, being in that house didn't make a difference to me anymore. I didn't care about that house. I didn't care about the money that he had.
Sound like me.
Yeah, I didn't care about any of those things. When I got to the point where I was fed up, what I did was I packed my kids up, and I'll never forget this one young lady that I was cool with at the time. She said, oh my gosh, I can't believe you leaving that big house. Huh? I'm fucking unhappy. This dude is cheating. It's no
house
telling.
Is not a home.
Right, and it's no telling how many people he cheated. And don't get me wrong, her father's a good dude. We have a good relationship in 2019. Very good parental relationship. There's no beef. There's no anger, bitterness, anything. But, you know, like I said, why am I going to stay in a house and be miserable? And then, you know, when y'all got kids, you know, Dre is not his son. But the thing is, people don't understand that kids pick up on that stuff. So if we're arguing and being miserable, so that means the kids be miserable? No. Like I said, I packed my stuff up, and I got a 2-bedroom apartment. Bree was probably like 2 or 3 at the time. Me and Bree slept in one room. Dre had his own room. We had 2 full bathrooms. So Dre had his own bathroom. Me and Bree had her own bathroom. But it was nothing greater than having peace of mind. And when I left, although I had my little 2-bedroom apartment, you know, and that's really, I was getting ready to say it's nothing in comparison to a big house. It is something, because in that house, there was no peace. I wasn't happy. When I moved into my 2-bedroom apartment with my 2 kids, I had peace. I had peace. I didn't have to deal with is he cheating, what he doing, what time he coming home, you know, who he out with, is he telling a lie? You know, I ain't have to deal with all that. But I think sometimes people use marriage. I think they abuse the term. I think they use that as an excuse.
It's a finality for most people.
And then with a house, with cars and things like that, you can sit down, you can get a mediator, you can get a lawyer, and you can figure out who gets what and how that works. And again, the girl's like, I can't believe you walking away from that house. I don't give a shit about that house. I'm not happy here. And when I left, I was happy. So if you get to a point where you want to get out of a relationship, you will. And I'm not saying that there's not feelings there and you don't, you know, there's a part of you that doesn't want to let go. Because I've been in a relationship where there was a person I didn't want to let go, and we continued to deal with each other for a very long time. You know, but, you know, after a certain point, you get tired of dealing with certain things, and y'all, the bug done got up.
He came for revenge.
The bug done got up from the dead, and he is flying around. Chris did not kill the bug.
I knocked his ass out.
But,
he woke up.
He did the fake out on Chris. So let me read what Chuck and Dewan says. So Chuck says, same here, I will leave it all because I can get more. And then sometimes, and that's another thing, sometimes, what the hell? Sometimes men think, I know in relationships I've been in, oh, you ain't gonna find nobody better than me. Oh, you leaving because you want to be with somebody else. No, nigga, I'm leaving because I need some I need some peace in my life. And it's not always about another person. It's about getting from a situation that's not conducive to me growing as a woman, to me growing as a person. and it's something that's hindering me from being happy.
Facts.
All right, so what did Dewan say?
So Dewan says, see, most people rather take being comfortable and having security over their own dignity or happiness, which makes a lot of sense. But at the end, and this is a guy, I'm gonna put this out there. Most Caucasian people are taught to seek security and to seek comfort. No matter what happens in that relationship, 9 times out of 10, they're not leaving or doing anything. No matter what he or she does, they're taught to seek comfort and security. I'm not saying that we aren't, but at the same time, the balance doesn't usually work out, because for men, we usually seek someone who is very needy or who is not on your level or your scale of education or financial status. And that usually is going to create the imbalance on its own. And we don't think so. We thinking that we providing a chivalry and we providing a service. We bringing somebody up. Mm-hmm. But if that person comes into your life and they have that mentality or whatever that is that they have right there, is that eventually stay-home moms, the husband or the provider is going to become bitter towards that person. Because a lot of times for men, we don't take into account that, okay, yeah, maybe she's at home raising the kids. Yeah, she cooks, she cleans. But it's never going to have that balance or the scale in your mind frame that she's not providing any finances for this. She's not doing X, Y, and Z. So anything she do is not going to be good enough. And eventually, you're going to creep out. And a lot of women don't get that when you agree to that situation, when he does find that match on the outside and they decide to hook up and do whatever they're going to do on the outside, whether that's cheating or whatever else,
don't be happy in the end.
He's not going to, in the end, he's not going to be happy. He's going to go over there where he thinks in his mind frame that's going to be good and going to be happy. And she's going to be bitter and hurt because I provided all these years or months of doing X, Y, and Z, and it wasn't good enough for you. But that's what you wanted. You asked me to do these things. So I just always see that it's better to come into a relationship. I never really paid much attention to it, but I really started to look into what equally yoked really means and what specific things in relationships between a man and a woman means to a man himself. If a woman might not get that picture, or she might not understand because she's raised a totally different way, but I will, and I try to educate some of my female friends on that subject in its own, because you think in one way, he's raised and thinking another way. It's at the end of the day, it's not going to be a pretty picture. It's not going to be the picture that you think that you're painting. So that's just a real moment that I'm having with y'all this evening. And again, Chuck says, take it. I don't want to be around that crap that we shared, but not together anymore. I've left furniture and some. And again, Chuck, I get it. It said there's no price on peace and happiness.
Amen to
and
that.
That's just one of the things that a lot of people are seeking. Instead of looking for validation in each other, supporting each other, building that friendship, that bond, and that connection between a man and a woman, the only bond that you're looking and you're seeking is physical, is sex. And if you have good sex, automatically most people get put up on a totem pole and not really dealing with their individual feelings, their traumas, their disappointments, their fears, their hurts, and things of that nature. Before you even get to a lot of those things, you have to know what you're getting into. A lot of times, we just look at the like a picture, a pretty frame. We see the picture. Oh, I want to get that. I want to buy that. I want that. And at the end of the day, when you looking at that, that picture or that frame might not have as much value as you think it does until you actually look into it and see the fine print.
Let me go back to something I talked about last week. Last week I said something about something, and now I can't remember what I was going to say. What the heck was I going to say?
Why are you thinking about that? Eleanor brought up a very good topic.
Maybe if I read that, I can remember what I said. I can't remember.
Eleanor just stated, and Eleanor, I
know what I was going to say. Let me say it before I forget. This is what I'm getting ready to say in regards to that. Last week I talked about getting into a relationship, and the guy that I was in a relationship with, he asked me to marry him. And I said yes. And me saying yes was based on something that we had 100 years ago. And granted, we knew each other, but it had been like 800 years since we had been in a relationship. And y'all, when I tell you, I used to crush on this dude. Oh my gosh, I used to just be so head over heels for him.
Heart palpitations.
Yes. So, back when I was 20, when I got the opportunity to be his girlfriend, I was all excited. And we ended up breaking up. And again, this was probably like I was in my 20s. And so 20 years later, we rekindled. Somebody told me that he had asked about. I was like, what? And so I ended up calling. We ended up talking. And the same feelings, those same butterflies that I had at 20, I found myself having in my 40s. And so, we talked and we linked up and we started spending time together and we started doing things. And again, I think a lot of things were based on what we had 20 years ago. And so as we're progressing in the relationship, again, like I said, he asked to marry me. And I said yes. But as things were going on, as things started to progress, it was like, whoa, slow down. Slow down. And so in that, I had to say, you know what? We're moving way too fast. I said, it's 20 years later. I said, and we're different people. I'm not the same person that I was when I was 20. You're not the same person that you were when you were 20. And so in that, I said, we have to take the time. And I didn't even say be friends. Listen to what I'm saying, y'all. I didn't say we got to take the time to be friends. I said, we have to take the time to get to know each other as adults. Because again, there was a big difference between who I was in my 20s and who I am in my 40s. And so just like Chris talked about, having that friendship and building that connection, sometimes you got to take things, you got to build them from scratch.
Take it slow.
You got to take it slow. You got to build that relationship. You got to make sure you're compatible. Make sure you're on the same page. And this is what I've said on the show 100 times over. Even before we had Facebook Live, when we did Blog Talk Radio, I always say you got to have that communication. And you got to do the weed and seed. And be like, oh, what are you talking about? What do you mean weed and seed? What I mean by weed and seed is you got to sit down and have those conversations. And you have to ask those questions. And in asking the other person the questions, if you find out that y'all not on the same page, you may want to rethink whether or not this is a person that you want to engage in a long-term relationship with.
One of the things that I do want to say, and Eleanor touched on this.
Hey, Renee.
She said, my ex was everything I thought I wanted. Then he did the unforgivable. Now he wants me back because he knew I was the best. And she says,
the best.
Now, for many years, even between me becoming friends and ultimately, having my wife, there were so many people who called me back because I treated women like queens. I didn't care if you, whether you was from the hood or you was from wherever you was from, I've been a good person to women. Respected them, treated them like a queen. Some people really deserve to get the dirt on the bottom of my boot.
Oh my God.
But I still gave them an opportunity, which I shouldn't have done. And sometimes we hold people up to a standard or a place that they're not ready to handle. They're not ready to take on those reins, even though they might ask for it. They're still not in a place mentally, emotionally, spiritually that they need to be to really connect with what they want. You can act like it all day, and you can do whatever all day, but as soon as you get connected and you hook up and whatever else, then that's when all the bullshit starts happening, coming out, because they really feel in their heart like, damn, I really don't deserve to have this nigga, or I don't really deserve, like, damn, he treats me good, and I'm still calling other people, and I'm doing all this other shit and whatever else behind his back, and he don't know.
So make the change or leave the relationship. So
the whole point of the matter is behind this. Sometimes, and a lot of women used to call, like, we might have had a fallout or something might happen, right? 2, 3 weeks, 6 weeks, 6 months, come 9 months, and they always, hey boo, how you doing? What's going on?
What do you do, boo?
How you feeling? You know, I meant to call. I was just going through this and this, blah blah blah. I'm in school, or yeah, I started working 2 jobs and this and that and the third. Tell the game to somebody who don't know, don't understand.
Bankroll on what it do.
You know what I'm saying? So all that may have happened, but when I was a priority to you, until you might have thought that you found something else, and then you swing back around this way when the shit didn't go or work the way you wanted. It was like, wow, yo, he was actually a wonderful dude to me. Let me see if he's still available. Or they did, yo, I'm just checking on you. Yo, mom, just checking on you. You know, or whatever. All that shit had to stop.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes
so I had to close that door.
Back. Sometimes you can't go back. You can be friends, like, but some of my exes, I'm still cool with them, but I know we can't be in a relationship. You can't always go back and rebuild relationships. Okay, so it's 8:00. So one more. We may have to make this one a whole show on another day. But Chris talked about being evenly yoked. So what do you guys think in regards to being? And before we get into that, I'm just gonna set it up, and then Chris can read the comments from what the last what if was. But what do you guys think about when you get into a relationship? What do you consider being equal? I'm a firm believer in everything is not going to be 50-50. It's just not. But Chris is going to read the comments, and then we'll jump back into that. So that's the next what if, or what would you do, or what do you think? And
Eleanor, look, this shit is good. All this is good. Got some great comments from all the people who are on EDP 365 tonight. So she says, remember, she said, I confided in you, and my heart was crushed.
Yes, I remember. You can confide in me anytime, Eleanor. Anytime, girl.
And Chuck says, he says, I did that. She said, well, he says, I did that some. What tried to date my elementary school crush, because when I saw her as an adult, I was still crushing even harder now than he was back then. But he said, but it didn't work. It never turned to nothing more than whatever that was at that point.
Because you change.
Because you change as individuals and people.
Because you change.
And I think the second thing was too, even from the time that you've been with somebody and things just didn't work out, it don't matter if it's a couple of months. We still change mentally, emotionally, and spiritually as individuals.
Right.
And sometimes we're not going to allow that foolishness or whatever that was there to come back and affect us again in our lives. And Renee says, 5 years ago, I met someone. And she said, a year ago, God brought him back into my life. And we're at a beautiful place. No matter how tough it was, it has been, he told me today, he said that he knew that it would be a fight dealing with me as a woman. He said, but because the hood rats just want to lay up, but because we building something valuable, we know it won't be, he said he knows that it won't be easy, but to him, it's worth it, because to him, you have value. nobody's going to come back around that circle again unless they feel that you have value. But at that point, because now they recognize that you have value, are you willing to sacrifice and continue to uphold that person and do the right thing in their life to have them trust you and to build what you once had? It's never going to be the same. I will guarantee you that. But you can still build from that point and learn and grow. And it takes a brave soul, brave individuals to be able to do that. Regrow that friendship and keep moving forward. So it is a thing.
Sorry, y'all.
And even for myself, I have just put all my trust in the Creator because He protects me. Some things I do on my own, to my own judgment and rush, and then ask for any guidance or any understanding or whatever it may be in regards to the situation. But I always got my answer, whether we were supposed to be or not to be.
That is the question.
That is the question and the answer.
Okay, so real quick, because it's now 8:04. So real quick, here's the next thing. And I think, like I said, we're going to have to carry this over and do a whole show on this. But when you get into relationships, people say that it's 50-50. I don't think that it's always going to be 50-50. Because there's sometimes being in a relationship where, I don't know, let's just say me and, because we're sitting right here beside each other. Me and Chris are in a relationship. Chris makes, I'm going to make the most money in this relationship.
That's cool.
I make $100,000 a year.
I'm glad you do.
So he can sit at home and play the Wii.
No,
Do people still play the Wii?
Wii?
People still play Wii?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But I make $100,000. Chris makes $60,000. Now, okay, so like I said, I'm making $100,000. Let's say Chris makes $50,000. Now, Chris may not be able to be 50-50 with me financially. If our mortgage is, I'm going to say we got a banging house. Our mortgage is $3,000. Then we got cable. We got every single channel. We got the sports channel. We got that. We got cable. We got the light. We got gas. We got water. We got all of those things. Chris may not be able to meet me at 50-50.
But guess what?
And split all the bills between the two of us equally.
I'm going to have to take care of all the utilities, anything else that's going to come as close to that $3,000 as possible. But you have to keep in mind, if you were a unit and you growing and you trying to be you married, or if you just in that place like, okay, we building to do X, Y, and Z, you have to allow that room to be able to save. And whether she has to put out a little bit more than the $3,000, but that's going to allow you to put X, Y, and Z aside so that you can accomplish your dreams together. Whatever that may be, you have to do something and plan it out and plot together. You can't have individuals saying, oh, she got that, I'm just doing me, and she doing her. At the end of the day, shit is going to get messed up, toe up, and you don't have anything or a plan to actually solidify what you're doing together. And a lot of times, that ends up being one of the bases on why relationships end up breaking up or things is not what it should be, because that conversation needed to be had and both parties agree to them terms and whatever that is that they needed to do. And I just say a lot of times, it took me a long time to realize it, like outside of the emotion and just communicating and being, friends in your relationship and things, whatever that is, be able to communicate and talk and iron those things out early on, so it's not going to be a problem later. You can't just, well, yes, you can throw in stuff later on, but if you smart, you're just not going to go on chemistry, not going to go off sex, or I feel obligated because we've been together for 6 months, we need to move in together, or we need to be married now, or I'm pregnant. It's a lot more than that. It's a lot more with building and growing together than what we think it is or how we was taught. You might see your parents do and go through some things, but a lot of old school people actually built together. This new school shit, I don't know what they doing. they not growing together. They just throwing together.
So like I'm going back to what I said, which was everything is not always going to be 50-50, and you have to find the balance in the relationship. Okay, maybe my boyfriend, my husband, whoever, maybe he's not making $100,000. He's making $50,000. He's making $40,000. Okay, well his thing may be he's going to cook dinner more, or he may wash clothes. But in your relationship, you have to find the balance. Mm-hmm. You can't always go into a relationship thinking everything is always going to be 50-50. There are times it's going to be 60-40, 70-30. You know, and so that dynamic changes. And I brought that up because I had this conversation with somebody, and I'm trying to get them to understand that everything is not 50-50. If you're in a relationship and your mate is making double what you make, you're not going to be balanced on that scale. It's not going to be 50-50 because our money isn't 50-50. If I can cook and my husband can, or my boyfriend can, and all he can do is eat, then I can't always expect to come home and he's going to have a meal prepared for me, because guess what? He can't cook. Okay, well, I'll cook dinner. You wash dishes. You put the dishes up. You get the kids ready for bed. But understand those dynamics in your relationship. And like I said in the beginning, have those conversations. Find out, again, if this person is compatible. Find out if you all are going to be able to move forward together, because you don't want to get into a relationship you so stuck on, oh, I knew this person 20 years ago and we were in a relationship, or oh, she got the biggest this and biggest that, or he's got a lot of money in the bank, and then you dive into that relationship and 3 months later it's a freaking disaster because you weren't focused on the right thing.
It's like unbelievable.
Right. And then you want to focus on the right thing. Yeah, her mouth game may be good in the bedroom, but her mouth game is horrible when you all out in public and she cursing you out, mm-hmm. and she cursing at your mother or whatever the case may be. So again, make sure you're having those conversations if you're talking about trying to build a relationship with somebody. I mean, if it's somebody you just, oh, I'm going to hit this tonight, I mean, you may not get that involved. But have those conversations so you're not investing 6 months, 6 years into somebody and it's not going anywhere.
It's not.
All right.
Worth it. It's not
so
anything.
Eleanor said this. She said that she enjoyed it, and we're going to have to do this more often. So this was something we just did off the cuff because we were supposed to have a guest, and we do apologize if you all were expecting him to be here. But, you know, sometimes we can't control things that happen. So we're glad that you all stayed with us.
Thank you.
So we're glad that you all stayed with us during the conversation. Did you want to read the comments before I go on to this stuff that's here on my
yeah, I'm going to do that real quick. Chuck says, he said, you had to pay something, and I do, but yes, I was just about to say what you were saying right now. So when I mentioned about just having that balance of and the responsibility of who's supposed to do and pay what, but at the end of the day, you still come back, you know what's being saved, and it's been going towards a common goal for your household, whether that's getting a home, whether a car, or whatever that is that you're doing together, that's what you do. Chuck says, if it's a goal he or she is trying to reach to make us better down the road, the larger income should carry the majority of the financial load. And I would say, yeah, that would be good, but you also have to be mindful of if that person is doing that, and they're providing the load, and that person's also having enough to save. Are you contributing and helping that person to save, or are you buying clothes for the household, or whatever that may be that's going to offset some of that? Even with reaching your goal, there's still some extra added measures that you might have to have onto that that'll make it sweet, make the deal really sweet. Chuck says, can I be a guest?
Chuck, if you want to be a guest, go to, can you put this in, Chris? Mm-hmm. Can you go to EDP365.com and go to, I'm trying to think what page it is. I think it's like the contact page. If you go in and put your information there, we can set something up for you. So, if Eleanor said that this was good, then it was good. And so we'll do this more often where we just randomly talk. And Chris, no, I'm not real big on just randomly talking about shit. I like stuff to be planned out.
Formatted.
Yeah, I'm very structured and formatted. But yeah, we can break away from the norm sometimes and do something like this where we just talk about a random topic. And so I'm just glad that it went over well and you all enjoyed it. So we're going to share some other things. So next week's show, y'all don't want to miss next week's show, because now we're going to start getting back to our sex topics. We've had so many guests come on over the last couple of months that we've gotten away from our sex topics and some other things that we're normally doing. So next week, y'all, we're talking about threesomes. Now, we're not just talking about three people being in bed. We're talking about when you start giving your partner things that they want in bed, how can you recover from that? And what I mean by recover is, let's say, for instance, me and my boo and another boo, we all get together and I'm doing something to please my man and we're doing a threesome. It's like, that's something beyond the norm. Is that something I should be doing all the time? Can he live with just doing it the one time and we move on? So that's going to be a great topic next week. Again, we're talking about threesomes and probably some more aspects of sex that's what you're, things that, you do beyond what you're normally used to doing. And Kay will be here next week talking about this topic with us. And she's going to talk about this dungeon party that's coming up. So I hope you ladies are going to attend that. That's going to be on next week's show. All right, so make sure you all go to EDP365.com and check out those articles. Now, men, you can read this article as well. Ladies, give your man a reason to come home. I talked about this last week on the show, or a couple of weeks ago, when the April issue of EDP 365 came out. Sometimes, we get comfortable. Women, we get comfortable as well. We're walking around with the bonnet. Well, I don't wear bonnets, but I wear a scarf. But anywho, we get comfortable and we're wearing the bonnets and the scarves to bed, and we're wearing I don't wear onesies, but some of us do. You're wearing the onesies, or you got those comfortable sweatpants and things that you sleep in. And so sometimes you got to jazz it up for your man, but give him a reason to come home. Sometimes we want to blame the other women or another woman for what our man does. And sometimes you have to look at what you're doing in the household. Are you bitching all the time? Are you not picking and choosing your battles? Did you decide that you're not going to cook anymore? That, you're not going to get dressed up for your man? So give your man a reason to come home. So that's the article for Grown Folks Business this month at EDP365.com. So that's going to be a good article. Our archive shows are there as well. Now, I need y'all to go to the journal in EDP365. I need y'all to read that article and keep me in prayer. I'm not going to tell y'all what the article is now. Go to EDP365.com and read words of inspiration and read the journal. Just some things that I'm dealing with right now. Again, keep me in prayer for that. Also, entrepreneurial growth. There's something there about having a business plan. If you are going into business, you need to be looking at a business plan.
Yes, you do.
You need to look at a business plan. Also, if you are an author, you can have your book on the bookshelf. So if you go to that page, and your book isn't there, but if you go to that page, you can see my books there, and your book can be there as well. I don't think you should ever miss out on an opportunity to promote what you do. So again, if you want to put an excerpt from your book, or the summary, a picture, so people get more people can see what you're doing. You're more exposed to more people. Then you can also be on the bookshelf. What else? Business showers. If you're interested in having a business shower, it's like a baby shower, but it's for your business. I can assist you with your business shower. So look at that as well. August 3rd, 2019, Miss Katina Brake and we are hosting a women's conference, and this is going to be great. I'm super excited about this. Ladies, we are going to have a Mother's Day special. That whole weekend, we're going to be selling the tickets at a reduced price. That's going to be our Mother's Day special. So if you're interested in coming to the conference, and maybe you think the ticket price is a little bit too high, all Mother's Day weekend, we're going to be giving those tickets away for a reduced price, and that's the gold package, the platinum, and the silver. We're going to be giving those at reduced prices. So if you want to come to the conference, that's going to be a great time to get your ticket. Also, school drive. Chris and I do a school drive. We help out Oak Grove, Belmead here in Richmond, Virginia. We try to help the kids out, do things, provide pizza parties and things like that. And so if you want to be a part of that and help us out, that would be cool. Also, potion number 2. Y'all don't forget about potion number 2. Please continue to support me with potion number 2. This is for your bathroom needs. Spray and go so no one knows. Everyone poops, no one likes to smell it. So with potion number 2, what you do is you spray it on the water before you poop, and it eliminates the poop smell. Now, there have been people that watch EDP 365. Chris has used it. I use it. This is a great product. Now, I am giving it to y'all for a steal. This is $3. I promise you, if you go into Walmart, if you go into, what is the name of that store? Bed Bath & Beyond. And Bed Bath & Beyond, the product in there is $10. If you go into Walmart, the product is $6. This is $3. This is a 15 milliliter bottle. It comes in 4 great scents. Yeah, it comes in 4 great scents. Orange Slice, Citrus Blend, Alpha Mist, and Island Breeze. So those are really great. If you're interested in buying a bottle, let me know. I'll make sure that you get something, that you get one. If you're in the Richmond, Virginia area, we can meet, and I will make sure you get a bottle. But if you need it mailed, you will have to pay shipping and handling. Now, this is what I'm willing to do, and tonight only. Can you put my phone number in there? 804-424-0337. If you call me by tomorrow, by close of day tomorrow, I will do the buy one, get one free. But you have to call me for the order. Now, if you're an author, entrepreneur, no, not an author. I mean, yeah, you still could be author. If you're an author, entrepreneur, business owner, brand builder, join my group on Meet, Connect, Promote on Facebook. If you're an author, join Authors Den and Co-op. You all are going to start seeing a lot more in Authors Den and Co-op because we are working on this this amazing book. When it comes out, y'all ain't going to be able to put the book down. But we're working on that. EDP 365, please, you all, go to EDP 365. Join the group on EDP365.com. You can go there. You can add things on the blog. You can talk about the shows that we've done. You can go in and put your comments on tonight's show. You can put your comments regarding next week's show. Again, we're talking about threesomes and pleasing your partner, and how do you keep those things going when it's something that you're, something beyond what you're normally doing. Also, and I do want to say this, you guys, don't forget to celebrate your victories, whether they're large or small. Sometimes we wait until it's something ginormous. Hey, Ash, what's going on? Again, Ashley, I did not forget you. I did not. We're going to make sure that you have something for the baby. I didn't forget you. Just got a whole lot going on. Excuse me. So like I was saying, what the heck was I saying? Oh, sometimes we wait to celebrate the large victories. Celebrate the milestones, the small things along the way.
Because it
Do
will
not
help
forget.
to get you
That's
through.
Right.
I promise you.
That's right. You gotta shout yourself out for the things that you're doing, because those things are important.
Your friends, your
as
mates,
well.
whatever that is. I'm telling you, you must. Just even some of our things are small steps that we've taken over a period of time, 3 years or more. And where we are now, and the people we come into contact with, the people, I mean, it's just a great thing. So we celebrate whether it's individual, whether it's friends or whoever. We try to celebrate and do some things together just to keep that morale going. You got that support. And it's just like a small family outside of your own family.
Right,
and
exactly.
it feels so good to have that. So just people in your community, where you live at, whether it's your son, your daughter, your brother, your sister, whoever, big them up for just the step that they're taking to move forward. Whether it's a conversation, you see they growing mentally, spiritually, whatever. It is what it is. They're like, yo, that's what's up. Keep it going, And that's going to drive them to move to that next step and that level. Personally, business, and relationship-wise, personal, whatever.
And y'all, we had an amazing writers meeting on Saturday.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, this book, y'all, is going to be so amazing. I am super excited about this book.
One of the things I just wanted to mention this evening, I haven't done it in I would say 2 weeks or so. If you were downtown Richmond and you have a child anywhere between 18 months and 7 years of age, check out Michelle's Place for Children. When the children are happy, everybody's happy. It's like a derivative of the wife's happy life. So, and again, it's quality childcare at reasonable rates. They accept social services vouchers. They have small class sizes. Definite personal attention to each child. You call 804-233-2765. They're at 2603 Sims Avenue, Richmond, Virginia. Right across the bridge, right down the street from the, it used to be the Capital One and the UPS building, one of the two. They're in the same area. It's right down the street from there, so it's less than 10 minutes outside of the city of Richmond. You definitely need to contact this facility for child care. So with that being said, again, Les, look, I just want to say thank you for what you do and all you do, even for ourselves, what we do in the community. I want to thank Mark Durite for the Visionaire clothing line, G-Shade Creations, and I definitely want to thank Gwen. I can't think of the name of your business, but yo,
G-Shade Creations.
But she cooks the hell out of some food. So you definitely need to get with her. Oh my God, I can't remember right now. I just want to give a shout out for that. I'm gonna give a shout out to Beat Holders, doing the DJ, doing this thing. Definitely want to shout out Tamika. Tamika, I can't think of the name of your business right now, but yo, y'all need to contact Mika Mills, Sugar Mika Mills. For she does a great hell of a basket for any occasion, birthdays, holidays, whatever that is. I mean, when I purchased my things from her, and it is a minority-owned business, for one, support that. But those that I've had purchased and gave them these gifts, the basket and things of that nature, they loved it because what is in it is quality, a lot of quality for the price that you get. So definitely check her out. Check these individuals out online and support our businesses.
I mean, there's so many people. We could just go like on and on and on. Kula Von Seal, Jamel JC, Betty Thurston, who's launching a new business. Kudos to you, Betty. I mean, yes. The list just goes on and on with all the people that we could like just name, and you know that we want you guys to support. Our ACHs, Ashley and Eleanor, who have been here for the long haul with us.
Yes.
To everybody new who's watching, Chuck, don't forget what I said. If you want to be on the show,
hit us up.
You can call me 804-424-0337. You can go to edp365.com, go to the contact page and email us. We'll get you on the show. Just let us know what you want to talk about. As always, we greatly appreciate y'all tuning in, spending time with us, because y'all could easily be doing something else for an hour and a half. One day we're going to get back to an hour show, because we like an hour and a half like every week now. So, y'all have a good night. I'm going home and going to sleep.
I won't be going to sleep. I got some things I need to work on tonight. But outside of that, again, from EDP 365, we love you. Stay focused. Stay connected. Do what's right. And we'll see you next week, 7 p.m. Tuesday, EDP 365. Facebook Live. One love.
Did y'all see my tattoos tonight? I got a whole bunch more that y'all can't see. I want a new tattoo.